Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Hannah. I'm an artist living in Brooklyn. I make content about music and fashion, and I wanted to do something that I've seen around the internet, and that is a tier ranking video, specifically about different fashion aesthetics, because there are like a trillion of them out there by now. I think fashion aesthetics can be very fun. They can definitely help you figure out your personal style, but they're also very silly, and I feel like sometimes as a culture we take it too far and we turn like a very simple thing into an entire aesthetic. I have my negative notes about that in terms of like consumerism, etc. But ultimately this is a video that is just me sharing my personal opinions and preferences on these things. So if I rank your favorite aesthetic at the bottom, I am so sorry. It is just my opinion, and my opinion shouldn't really matter that much to you. So without further ado, I think we should just get into it. All right, so before we jump into ranking these different style aesthetics, let me introduce you to the different tiers that we're working with. So at the tippity top, we have Bury Me In It. This one is pretty self-explanatory. These are the styles that I absolutely love. 10 out of 10, no notes, no comment. Right below that, we have In the Cart. These are styles that I probably have different elements of them in my wardrobe, but I'm not like gonna fully commit to the whole aesthetic because I don't love it that much, but I do like it a lot. Right in the middle, we have Go Girl Give Us Nothing. These are the styles that are just like, is this even an aesthetic? They're just a little boring, they're a little dull. Second to last, we have Yikes, but in a cute way. These are the styles that are very bold, and I like that they're bold, but I don't know if I like them. Like when I see them, I'm like, do I like it or do I hate it? Is it yikes or is it cute? I can't tell. And then at the very bottom is It's a no for me, because sometimes there's just styles that just don't do it for you. And those are the tiers. Let's jump right into it. We are going in alphabetical order, so we're starting off strong with Art Hoe. So Art Hoe is kind of defined by being very whimsical and colorful, a lot of patchwork, knitwear elements, Converse, a lot of mustard yellow. I don't know why, but there's just a lot of mustard yellow, or yellow in general. I actually, going through some of these photos, I was like, wait, I have that mustard yellow sweater. So I don't know, I might be an Art Hoe unexpectedly. This is a surprise to me. There's definitely elements to this aesthetic that I really like. I think a lot of it leans a little too youthful for me. I don't think it would quite fit in this category, but this is the closest one to it. So I'm gonna put it in the cart, even though I think it's like a little notch below that, but it definitely doesn't fit in Go Girl Give Us Nothing because it is giving us something. All right, up next is Barbiecore. We obviously saw so much of this last year with the Barbie movie. Honestly, I didn't see anyone like in real life wearing a lot of Barbiecore, but I did see a lot of celebrities wearing it on the red carpets. I feel like Barbiecore is about taking elements and just making them a little bit bigger and bolder. Like a pair of heels, okay, we're gonna make them like a big chunky platform. Your hair, okay, we're gonna make it more like bombshell blonde hair. If you don't like hot pink, Barbiecore is not for you. And I don't really like hot pink, so I just don't think I can handle it. I think it would be wearing me. I wouldn't be wearing it, you know? I think Barbiecore is very cute. A lot of it is just very visually appealing. I love looking at it. I don't think I would ever wear it. I think this is a yikes, but in a cute way. Cause it's very cute, but all that hot pink is a little yikes for me. All right, the next one is a relatively new aesthetic, at least to me. I just learned about it in the last couple months, and that's called Blokette. And this is a combination of Coquette and Blokcore. Essentially, Coquette is like this hyper feminine style, and then Blokcore is more of like a hyper masculine, sporty bro style. So Blokette combines those two things into this kind of interesting trend. It's a lot of ribbons, pastels, lace mixed with sports jerseys, jorts, sporty shoes, Adidas. It's very interesting, and for me, I think it really depends on how it's styled as to whether I like it or not. Like for example, I would wear this, but I would not wear this. And both of those are Blokette. So It just really depends. I don't know where to put it. I want to put it either in the cart or yikes, but in a cute way. I need another tier, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna do in the cart. We're gonna be nice. I'm gonna do in the cart. All right, up next we have Coastal Cowgirl. These aesthetics, I swear, it's really just silly. Fashion as a whole is just so silly. And I think that's what we love and hate about it, you know? To me, Coastal Cowgirl was someone saw a picture of someone in a white dress wearing cowboy boots and they were like, that needs to be its own separate aesthetic. Why? We don't know. Because I feel like the whole aesthetic is just that one outfit and then just variations of that one outfit. But here's the thing. I really like that one outfit. I'm sorry, I just do. I think it's because it's like sort of a part of other more cohesive aesthetics that I really like. And we'll get into those in a little bit. I'm gonna put it in the cart. Sorry guys. All right, now moving on down the coast, we have Coastal Grandma. Coastal Grandma. She is rich, she likes white wine, she likes loungewear, and she likes reading her books on the beach. And that's pretty much it. Like, is this an aesthetic or is it just loungewear? Is it just what rich women wear to their Rhode Island summer home? I just don't know if this is a full-blown aesthetic on its own or if it's just things that we already have names for. Loungewear. I don't hate it. It looks very comfy. It looks really cozy. I would definitely snuggle up to a good book wearing something like this, but I wouldn't call it like an outfit or like an aesthetic. Anyway, I'm getting so fired up. Coastal Grandma, I think we know where she's going. This is Go Girl, Give Us Nothing. All right, and following that very minimalist style, we have a very maximalist style, which we kind of talked about a little bit, and that is Coquette. I don't know why I didn't think to include Blokcore in this ranking video. My bad. Coquette is very feminine. A lot of frills, lace, ribbons, pastels, tutus. It's kind of like ballet core mixed with cottagecore, mixed with princess core. A lot of cores, all right? What is this world we live in now, honestly? I think it's very cute. It's very visually appealing. I like a lot of different elements of Coquette. I think sometimes it leans a little too youthful, a little too like Lolita for me. But I think there's definitely ways to style Coquette that are more mature. I don't know. I think whilst I like some elements, I love a ballet flat, I love a Mary Jane, I think overall it's a little too yikes for me. I'm gonna put it in yikes, but in a cute way, because it is very cute, but I think it would look yikes on me. This next aesthetic requires me to take a sip of coffee. All right, corporate core. I feel like someone saw a picture of Jennifer Aniston in Friends when Rachel is like in her corporate girl era, and they were like, I want to wear that. I'm gonna make this a whole aesthetic. And I get that because Jennifer Aniston can probably make anything look amazing. But ultimately, like what corporate core is, it just feels very 90s, early 2000s workwear. It's a lot of grays. It's a lot of skirt suits. I don't think I can get on board. Here's the thing, I found a couple images of like suits that are kind of different, like this green suit or this like pinstripe suit with like the matching vest and everything. I love a suit. I love a pattern suit. I love a suit that's like an interesting color or like a bold color. But to me, that's not corporate core. So honestly, guys, it's a no for me. Okay, now we're getting into the good stuff. Cottagecore is next. I think most of us learned about cottagecore during 2020 because that's when it really popped off. It's very much a like vintage inspired style. It's influenced by days of yore. It's a lot of like muted tones, earthy tones. It's a lot of very like feminine styles, dresses, corset style tops, flowers, floral patterns. Yeah, it's supposed to look like you live in a little cottage in the woods, you know? It's very Anna Green Gables, Little Women. And I think we all know, just by looking at me, that I love cottagecore. I think it's very timeless and classic. I know it's very much like a trend, but it uses so many elements that are classic pieces that I don't see cottagecore going out of style necessarily. Maybe the term will go out of style eventually, but I feel like cottagecore is still going pretty strong. And I think for me, that's an extremely important element to any styles that I like. Is it timeless? So cottagecore is going in. Bury me in it. We already knew. All right, and following cottagecore is dark academia. As someone that grew up longing for their Hogwarts letter to come and wanting to live in a castle and just like read books and like sit in the common room and do my homework by candlelight, dark academia really speaks to my soul. And again, it's a lot of classic style elements. They are timeless, like loafers, a chunky sweater, a good pair of slacks. These have been around for a long time and they're not going anywhere anytime soon. I love that. All right, so again, I think we know where this one's going. You can bury me in it. 10 out of 10. So the next style is very like quintessential, born on the internet type of aesthetic, and that is goblincore. Goblincore to me is like a subgenre of cottagecore. It's a lot of earthy tones, a lot of earthy elements, very like outdoorsy hippie kid style, a lot of cardigans, corduroy, mushroom elements. It's almost like if Art Hoe got lost in the woods. That's like goblincore to me. I think it's cute. I like a lot of the elements of this style. I wouldn't wear it on a daily basis, but I'm gonna put it in the cart because I like some of the different elements. All right, this next style is very nostalgic for me, and not always in a good way. And that is indie sleaze. It's just wild looking at some of these pictures because I just remember this time. I saw all of this on Tumblr. I wore a lot of this. Like, this was definitely my aesthetic back in the day. Like with a lot of these styles, there's elements of this that I like, and then some elements that I really do not like. I'm not into like the fishnets, the knee-high socks, combat boot look, the hair being just like bleached into infinity. A lot of it just feels very like Forever 21, because that was what was popular at that time. But I do like the indie sleaze outfits that lean into sort of the Rockstar aesthetic or I'm with the band aesthetic, because I feel like indie sleaze was very like music adjacent. Like a lot of the styles were very much influenced by musicians and people that went to music festivals a lot, people that were big fans of music. It's just interesting seeing these photos, like this couple here. I don't think these are bad outfits, but they just look so of their time. They're not timeless. I don't know, guys, where do we put it? I could put it in yikes, but in a cute way, but honestly, I'm not feeling that generous right now. I'm gonna put it in, it's a no for me. I know I'm turning my back on my youth, but I'm over it. Been there, done that. This next aesthetic is very exciting. I just recently discovered this one. It's called Mob Wife. Similar to Coastal Cowgirl, I do feel like this aesthetic is based off of like a singular outfit and then just like subtle variations off of that outfit. But that one outfit is pretty great, and it's really defined by like a big fur coat, hopefully faux fur, much like my faux tiger print coat. Along with like the big fur coat, you could have some really cool sunglasses, a really sleek dress, great heels, dark lipstick. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I do think that the modern versions of this look great, but hear me out. The 1920s like Peaky Blinders version of this slap. I just think there's something about bringing in some of those like vintage elements that really make it for me. They look so badass. Paul in these pictures in front of the car with the hat, the sunglasses, the suit. Oh, she made this show. She was incredible. So I'm gonna put Mob Wife in the cart because I wouldn't wear this every day. I don't think it's super practical for me to wear like on a daily basis. It also feels very much like a winter style because it's very much about the coat. All right, so next we have Old Money. This aesthetic very much reminds me of Coastal Grandma, but like a little more dressed up. Now, when I was looking up Old Money aesthetics, there was quite a few pictures of like Princess Diana, and I really like Princess Diana's style, but overall I feel like it's just kind of boring. It's a lot of basics, which is fine. I mean, we love a basic, but when the entire outfit and the whole wardrobe is just made up of basics, it's a little basic. What can I say? We're gonna put this one in Go Girl Give Us Nothing. Okay, this next style, this is a style that I've been trying to slowly incorporate more into my wardrobe because I just really fell in love with it the past couple years. We're gonna call it the Rockstar Girlfriend aesthetic because that's what I've seen it being called a lot on the internet. But I don't really like that name. First of all, I feel like it's inspired by a lot of people that are rock stars, not the rock star's girlfriend, like Stevie Nicks, Daisy Jones. I do think it originated from the character Penny Lane in the movie Almost Famous. I might be wrong about that, but I do think that's kind of where the aesthetic name Rockstar Girlfriend came from. I think I really fell in love with this aesthetic because of the show Daisy Jones and the Six. If you haven't seen it, please watch it. For the fashion alone, the music's great, the acting's great. I mean, the story, you just like gobble it up. It's just drama. But I've also been a huge fan of Florence Welch for the longest time, and she definitely plays around with a lot of these like 70s rock styles. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw up a bunch of pictures here. We have so many different elements, the flared pants, the big fur coat, and it's just cool. It's feminine, it's masculine, I love this one. This goes into Bury Me in It, and I'm putting it at the very front, the very tippity top. There is a tier above that. That's where that one would be. All right, moving on before I like actually start drooling, we have Royalcore. Royalcore is very much inspired by like medieval styles, knightcore, princesscore. Yeah, just a lot of like medieval Renaissance inspired fashion. I feel like there is just so much bleed over between like medieval core, knightcore, royalcore, princesscore. To me, it doesn't really matter. They're all kind of in the same world. I like a lot of the modern interpretations of it. I think look really cool. I don't know, there's just something really cool about some of these really historical elements being incorporated into some modern styles where it's not trendy, it's kind of timeless, but it's kind of new and fresh and different. The only thing I'll say about this type of aesthetic is that it's not very budget friendly. Like, I would love to have more of this stuff in my wardrobe, but it's so expensive. And I want to learn how to DIY it a bit more, but it's also time consuming and takes a lot of skill. I mean, that's why it's expensive. A lot of this stuff is very like tailored, and a lot of time and energy has gone into making these pieces. So a great show to watch for kind of royalcore fashion inspiration is The Great. I didn't even get through season 1 of this show, to be honest. In terms of just the story, I wasn't like super pulled in, but I loved the costumes. I think this one is also gonna go in Bury Me in It. I don't wear it that much because, again, it's just a more expensive style, unless you go to like freaking Spirit Halloween. But if I could, I would wear that style a lot more often. All right, and now to tone it back several steps, we have Scandi Girl, just like Scandinavian girl. How this differs from Clean Girl or Coastal Grandma, I don't know. It's very beige. It's a lot of like comfortable staples, loungewear, loose-fitting things. Again, it looks very comfy. It's cute. Is it an aesthetic, like a standalone aesthetic? I mean, I guess. I don't know, maybe I'm being too judgmental. Not everything has to be so maximalist. I did find this image, and I do really like this. It's cute, it's comfy. I would wear this like in my home, just like lounging about. It's just not given enough. Let's get into the next aesthetic. It is... These are just getting sillier and sillier. We're running out of ideas, guys. Tomato Girl. What? Next year it'll be Onion Girl, and then Carrot Girl, Potato Girl. It's like anything can be something core, something girl, and it's a whole new trend. I actually like Tomato Girl though. I like this style. I mean, it's very much summer in Europe. That's the style, and I don't hate that. Tomato Girl specifically incorporates a lot of red, and I've definitely been in a red loving era, so I think this style is really speaking to me right now. I'm ready for summer. I'm very excited to wear like red summer dress. So I have been enjoying this aesthetic. I feel like this aesthetic is very much defined by women wearing something red and like chopping vegetables, which is just kind of ridiculous. But here's the thing, I do like it. Like, I would wear that. Sold. I think you're going in the car, even though you are ridiculous. All right, this next one haunts me. I never really liked it at the time. I still don't like it now, and that is twee. Twee is Zooey Deschanel. She is the queen of twee. A lot of twee aesthetic is inspired by like 1940s, 50s styles. So many cats and owls. It's just so many polka dots. I mean, this outfit's kind of cute. I just think it's like too much of its time. It looks dated. Sorry, I'm cringing so hard at the twee. I don't want to like offend anyone or ruffle any feathers. But yeah, it's a no for me, for sure. All right, and our final aesthetic is Y2K, another throwback. I can definitely say off the bat, and I think you guys already know, Y2K isn't really for me, but it's very nostalgic, and I think it's nostalgic in a good way because it very much reminds me of a lot of the pop stars that I listen to, specifically Destiny's Child. I bought their albums, I choreographed dances to their songs. These women raised me. But I was also a big fan of Christina Aguilera. I liked Britney. It's very nostalgic for me. It definitely makes me think of like my childhood. I just wouldn't wear it. Like, it doesn't go with like any aesthetics that I like. I think it would just be very out of place in my wardrobe. There's very little elements in Y2K that I feel like I would incorporate into my style, but it's fun and it's nostalgic. I'm gonna put it in, I mean, I think the only spot that it can go is yikes, but in a cute way. All right guys, and that's about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can stick around for the next one. If you enjoyed this style video and want me to make a part 2, definitely let me know which aesthetics you'd like me to rank in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!